Monday Club! Hello, Monday Clubbers out there. My name is Peter Bois. I'm here with Gus Davis. Welcome to Monday Club. On this episode of Monday Club, we talk about fighting robots. Houdini's house is for sale. Talk about practical jokes on the road. I get a squeaker at last night's show, and Gus moves. Ooh, welcome to Monday Club. Cheers to the fighting robots!
To fucking fighting robots!
Man, I am so glad you found this video.
Dude, it's entrancing. It is really entrancing to sit down and watch little tiny robots fight each other at lightning speed. It's kind of scary. It's a little scary.
Yeah, because if they turn on the humans, we're screwed.
Oh, dude, that's the worst. That's like last episode. Weren't we talking about zombies last episode? It's like, this is like, if these little robots turned on you, this would be like robotic, fast-moving zombies. That's a worse than worst-case scenario.
You know what? It's probably more probable that you could have a zombie robot apocalypse because of viruses, like electronic viruses. They could turn on us and eat us.
You just freaking blew my mind. You better copyright that shit right now because, what a great movie. Like, it's not a human virus, it's a computer virus that starts the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. And
you're a genius.
It's not AI either. Like it would be self-aware robots in Terminator. It would be like a virus that,
Yeah, like some little hacker dickwad made a computer virus that had fast-moving zombie robots attacking all the humans. That's our $1 million idea, man.
Yeah.
Happy Monday, Club.
And they have drills, and they eat your brains. I don't know why they would eat your brains. They wouldn't need it. There's no sustenance for robots and brains, is there?
You know, I don't know what kind of robots these are. So let's talk about this video real quick, all right? So for those of you
We're already off course, Gus. This is going to be a crazy Monday Club.
This is going to be a great episode. So let's talk about this. So I was looking online, and I just happened to see a thing that had words that I understood, but not in the order that they were written in, right? It said fast-moving sumo wrestling miniature robots.
Huh.
And again, all of those words make sense, but not in that string. So I clicked on it, and holy crap, man, they weren't kidding. What they do is they draw a sumo ring, a miniature sumo ring on the ground, and then these robots are, I don't even know how fast they're going, but in some cases too fast to actually see.
Yeah, they're quick. They're like zipping around like...
Yeah, man. Dude, did you ever watch the old school, what was that called?
BattleBots.
BattleBots, yeah. Did you ever watch BattleBots?
Oh, I loved BattleBots. I watched that religiously when it first came out. That was the coolest. Because I had no remorse for the robots. I couldn't feel any empathy for them because they were just robots. So I was like, destroy them! My gladiator self came out.
Yeah, I felt the same way. But on top of that, I also... it was so funny to watch the creators of those things cry when the bot got exploded or caught fire. And then in high school, this is a true story, high school, this chick that I knew, her older brother, built a BattleBot and put it in BattleBots. Like, he made it to the show.
Really?
And I learned that those BattleBots aren't cheap, man. He spent like $40,000 on his BattleBot.
Was he on TV?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, the thing made it on TV and then got destroyed like something with crazy saws.
Something that cost $100,000.
Yeah, right. So I guess I never really factored in the monetary side of it. But these BattleBots they're little tiny. It's the same kind of deal. They have different strategies. Like, some of them flip things, some of them have little scissor things on them. We'll include the link to today's show so you guys can check them out. But it's like everything I like about watching football or wrestling, but it's done in fast motion with zombie robots.
Yeah, and they're like little mice zombie robots too, compared to the BattleBots. It's all about finesse. The ring is really small. I was surprised how small the ring is, and the matches go really quick because it's so small. But the reflexes, the operators of these zombie mice robots must have to do this. I would be gone in and I wouldn't even know what happened.
Oh yeah,
it would be over before
because
it started
looks
for
like
me.
they just barely touched the remote, and the thing goes like 5 feet, and what's got to be like maybe it's a 5-foot diameter sumo ring. I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
I wouldn't even call it 5 feet. Maybe 4 feet.
Yeah. Anyway, it's crazy. You guys should totally check it out. What I would really love to see is I would love to see like 5 of these little tiny zombie mice battle robots against one giant battle bot with a big crushing hammer or something like that. And just put them in and just no holds bar, see what happens.
That'd be crazy. There'd be lots of mice parts everywhere, I think.
Yeah, I don't think the mice would have a chance.
Because they're
but
not
it'd still be
destroying
awesome
each
to see.
other. They're just trying to push each other out of the ring.
You know, that's true, and I think that might be one of the things I liked about watching this thing, is it wasn't so much about destroying your opponent. Like, there was elements of actual strategy in there. Like, sumo wrestling, they came together, and you could see them lock together, and sometimes, like, you could see the wheels spinning, and then one of them would just spin out of the way super quick, and the other one would go flying out of the ring. Like, It was cool.
BattleBots is such an American thing, you know. 2 huge robots that are going to destroy each other. No holds barred. And then the sumo bots are like finesse and thoughtfulness and quickness. And something.
And rules that we don't understand, so we're bored.
I was going down the rabbit hole on these YouTube videos from your crazy sumo fighting robots, and I found robot arms that wield katanas. Swords. Ninja swords.
Wait, they put ninja swords in the hands of robots?
Yeah. So we are doomed. And there were 2 robot arms fighting each other with ninja swords. It was freaking crazy.
Did it look like they actually knew what they were doing, or was it just like 2 car manufacturing parts swinging swords?
It was probably more like that, yeah. But, but the implications when that zombie robot apocalypse virus comes and infects those guys, those are the ones you want to watch out for.
Oh, yeah.
They don't run out of bullets with the sword.
No. That makes me so scared. Because, yeah, we're totally hosed. Absolutely hosed. So there was an idea that I had a long time ago that swords are going to be your way to go in the zombie apocalypse, right?
Yeah.
But if you take those robot swords and you attach them to the fast-moving mice zombie robots, right? Like you really could. You could have something that could beat a human. Like that idea of like the chess robot that beat the world master
Watson.
of the Grand. Yeah. Like, so you take that same concept and put it to fast-moving zombie robots that can swing katanas, and there's nothing you can do, right?
Yeah, except wait for it to run out of batteries. That's about it. Yeah. And, unless they're solar-powered, then you just have to blow up the sun.
And now we're in the Matrix movie, because that's what they did. They scorched the sun, and that's why they live underground.
To survive.
To survive, so that they don't become slaves to the zombie robots.
Man, so cheers to robots fighting each other. We're not cheersing to robots killing us and fighting us, only each other.
I fully accept my robot overlords.
Cheers, bro.
Hey, man, cheers.
Today is, it's summer today. We recently had the summer turnover, and so I'm drinking another mojito, and it is refreshing and delicious.
Wonderful, my friend. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Summer has been here forever. It was 107 here yesterday, so you know that sucks.
Summer just came to Maine, so screw you.
Yeah, well, screw you back. I'm drinking it's a Shiner Golden Ale in honor of summer as well. So it's a very light and delicious, refreshing cold drink. And I will also say that today is a very interesting episode of Monday Club because you got up extra early to come and be on Monday Club with me because I leave from Monday Club to go do a kids' magic show. So I'm going to be very conservative about my partaking this morning.
You're going to be that drunk magician everyone talks about, right?
Oh, yeah, totally, man. I'm going to, like, do mouth coils and start pulling them out and just vomit everywhere.
Burping and... So, what's up, kid? Hey, what would you say? It was a Bach golden what?
It's a golden ale, golden ale.
Is that anything like a Bach golden shower?
No, man. How does golden showers compare for you?
For me, compared to beer, I'll take beer over a golden shower any day. I'll take golden beer. I'll bathe in golden beer. That'd be wonderful.
Do you know the parable of King Midas?
He touched everything, turned to gold.
Yeah. Do you think he took golden showers?
That's the only shower he could take.
It's the only shower he could take, man. Midas,
could he touch himself?
I mean, I'm sure he could. Hashtag doing it in May.
The flashes of, do it in May. Flashes of Austin Powers.
Oh, gold member?
Member.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, dude, I'm guessing that King Midas had to take golden showers. That's like by law.
Yeah. I wish I just had one finger that could turn anything to gold. Then I could just keep something over it so I wouldn't turn everything to gold.
Okay, so you'd have like a weird looking like archery glove that covered up one finger, and then whenever you wanted to, you just like dip it into some paint and turn it into gold paint or something.
Yeah, I'd totally make that compromise. I'd give up a finger to turn anything I wanted to gold.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I think that you are putting yourself in a weird spot where if you screw it up or your hand thing, your glove falls off, that there's a chance that you wake up and your dog is just a giant golden piece of metal now.
Yeah,
I think that would suck.
That's a chance I'm willing to take.
All right. in your golden yacht taking golden showers.
Well, yes. Well, oh, man. We can't thank you guys enough for listening to our ridiculousness.
It's true. It's true. We can't.
Thank you so much for putting up with us and sticking around. Tell a friend about our ridiculousness, please, and give us some love on iTunes. And, just one friend. That's all we ask. Tell a friend. We want more Monday Clubbers on board here. And, thank you. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I want to put in a special thank you on behalf of me, too. Everybody, you guys have been awesome. The emails we've gotten have been really encouraging. We've seen the Monday Club start to grow, which has been really, really nice. And, just keep that up, man. The more people in the pool, the more party we can have.
Yeah. Oh, if you want to buy us a drink, that's still that deal's still on the table. PayPal us at mondayclubpodcast@gmail.com. Any amount of money that will buy us a drink and tell us what you want us to drink, and we'll go out and find it.
Hell yeah, and we will review it. We've got some cool things coming down the pipe for that score as well, so stick tuned with that. If you're a fan of beer or you are tired of the old beer that you've been drinking, want to try something new, we're going to have some cool lists coming out for you on that score, so stay tuned.
Yeah. Gus, did you know Houdini's New York house is for sale?
Houdini's? Like the Houdini the magician?
Harry Houdini, Eric Weiss of The Escapologist.
Huh. And it's for sale. So I'm actually in the market for a house right now. So how much would I have to put down on this house?
Well, let's see. What's 20% of $4.5 million? Wait, I'm going to do the numbers. 400. Wait, how many zeros is that?
Let's see.
That
is
20.
6 zeros. Yeah.
You would need $900,000 for a down payment on Houdini's New York house.
Oof, man. And does it come with locks, or like does it even come with keys, or is it just locked?
Good luck.
And you have to figure out your way in.
The article I read this from, the guy who owns it now, who put it up for sale, didn't even know it was Houdini's house before he bought it. It's actually like a big, a big house that was converted into a three-family, like most of them are, and then everyone started taking pictures outside his house. He's like, "What is going on here?"
Wait, did he buy it for $4.something million?
No, the guy who owns it currently, who's trying to sell it.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, he had to have gotten it somehow. Did he just was he a real estate agent? Was like, here's a cute little house, and he got it for like $200,000, and then people start taking pictures outside of his door, and he's like, "Oh crap, let's add some zeros onto that thing."
No, I have no clue what he bought it for. He probably bought it a while ago. He's probably been living in it for a bunch of times. He didn't go into too many details on that, but you think they would know that before going in, because that seems like it would add value to, and you'd want to tell that to your potential buyers.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Well, kudos to that guy. That guy's going to moonwalk out of here. So would you buy a famous person's house? Do you think that'd be fun?
I don't think I'd get any pleasure out of it.
Yeah, I don't think I would either, man. I don't know, of bringing people over and being like, hey, you want to eat a sandwich in Houdini's old kitchen? I don't know how that would go down.
Or what about the house where the Dahmer murders happened? Or they,
Dude, so apparently there's a bunch of people that are into that. Like, there are a bunch of people who are into owning houses that crazy stuff went down in, like spooky houses or houses that murders went on in, and they're like, yeah, at night we still hear things creak and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I can't see that. I would not want to be in a place where, I mean, I don't believe in ghosts, but still, like, knowing that people hear a lot of weird things here, it would drive me crazy. I would not.
Yeah.
I would not go into a house willingly knowing that there's deaths happened in the.
I don't know, man. I don't think I would mind going into the house, but living
Okay.
there, I don't know. There's some bad juju that's in that house. You know?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I mean, unless they knocked a couple of percents off that asking price, and then.
Actually, I think that's something they try to hide from people because it does bring down real estate values.
I think that is true. It's like there's a certain point when enough murders have happened in that house that you only got to put down a 3% down payment.
Always ask your realtor, has anyone died in this house?
Hey, how many people have been murdered with an axe in this house? Oh, all right. Well, can we negotiate then?
Oh, man. So what else you been up to?
Oh man, so this week has been nuts for me, man. I'm in a new, I'm gonna call it a studio. Really, I've converted a set of shelves that were attached to the wall. I've converted them into my studio for the time being because we were in the process of moving. Yeah. So here's how it goes down. We had to move out of our old place. An offer just got accepted on a house for us. So.
Well, you put in an offer on a house?
Well, I did, and it got accepted. So we're in that process right now. In fact, thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Here's how much I love Monday Club. I love Monday Club so much that the house is being inspected right now, and I'm missing our house inspection.
What?
for
Why
Monday
are you
Club.
doing that? You should be there.
No, man. Monday Club.
Oh, my God. You're missing your house inspection for Monday Club. That is dedication and probably stupidity.
Well, he said he'd send me pictures.
I hope you trust this guy.
Yeah, man, me too.
Oh man. You got to look under the floorboards and into the attic and
Yeah, I hope he's doing all that. He's, he got there. He got there about an hour ago.
Oh,
he
God.
just sent me a text that says he's finishing up right about now, and I was like, "All right, man. Well, I'll
keep me
talk to you
posted if
about
I
it
shouldn't
later."
buy it.
Anyway, so we put in this offer, but you know how that goes, man. It's going to be about 30 days, maybe longer, before we close, and so we had to find a place to move into during that weird transition time. So we're in a new apartment that we're doing month to month. And it's a smaller apartment, so I also had to move stuff into a giant storage facility to house all the rest of our stuff. So really, over the next, call it over a 2.5 month period, I'm going to have moved 6 times.
What?
From
6
moving
times?
out, yeah,
Holy
so
crap.
from moving out to moving to a storage unit, to moving some stuff over to my mom's house, to moving into an apartment, to moving out of the apartment, to move into the house, getting stuff out of the storage unit, getting stuff out of my mom's house, and getting it all consolidated. Yeah, that's about 6
Wait
times.
a second. Can you repeat that, please?
Okay, so moving out of a place. No, I'm not going to repeat it. It's a lot of moving. All right, that's all I'm really saying. And unlike Maine, where it just became summer, which I'm guessing means it was 86 degrees and you guys had to like fan yourselves, it's 107 here. So I've lost 10 pounds doing nothing but like schlepping all of this stuff. It's been insane. It's like been the best workout for me ever. So yeah, it's been a little stressful this week. This week has been a little rough, but I'm excited to do Monday Club. I've been looking forward to this all so much so that yeah, like I said, I kind of blew off our housing inspection.
Man, cheers to that, bro. That sounds insane. Probably the thing I hate the most in life is moving. I can't imagine moving 5 times in 2 months. That would be 6 times.
Yeah,
that's
it's
insane.
rough. It's rough. And the worst part is for us that we did our best to move smart, but there is, like this morning, we were like, oh, let's run the dishwasher. Cool. Do we have any dishwashing liquid? Yes. Where is it? I don't know.
They're clean enough.
And the place that we moved into is, I mean, it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm super happy and we're very lucky to be here. But it's been a long time since I've lived in an apartment, and so we can hear the neighbors do everything. Like, everything. And it's a different experience for me than living in the nice, cushy place that I was.
that could be fun, Gus. You just have to be open-minded to that.
Yeah, hashtag do it in May.
Do it in May. Man,
so what about you, man? What have you been up to? I hope it's something as Monday Club meaningful as skipping your inspection. Monday Club.
I am not skipping my inspection to be on Monday Club. But moving, man. I hate moving so much. Have you purged? Are you purging at the same time? Because every time I move, I pretty much throw out like half of the shit I own. And only half of it makes it because I don't want to move it.
Yeah, I've purged some. I haven't purged as much as I'd like to. And I'll tell you, we're in a weird situation where my wife's family gave us a whole bunch of stuff, which is really nice because we can fully furnish a full house just with the stuff that they gave us. So I don't want to throw all that away, but it's weird. We have 2 TVs, 2 desks, a whole bunch of shelves, tables and curtains and art and all this stuff that they gave us, which is really great, but we have no place to put it. So we haven't opened it or touched it in over a year. It's just in storage right now. And so, yeah, I'd like to do a whole lot more purging because that's a lot of stuff to move that you've never even seen. But, it is what it is. Hopefully this all works out by the end of the summer. I'll definitely keep you guys posted.
Yeah, the ongoing saga of Gus's moving. This will be an interesting ongoing check-in.
Oh my God.
Well, congrats on the offer being accepted and your 10-pound loss, man. That's congrats.
Hey, man,
That's great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's, man, well, an offer being accepted is like the first of the hurdles, and then all the other hurdles kick in, and you got to do negotiating and contracting and all that stuff. So whatever. I'm happy. It's a cute place, and when we actually get it settled and once this all goes through, I'll have you guys all over for a barbecue. It'll be great.
Yeah, Texas barbecue. I'm in. I got a new sound system. Dude, that's what I've been up to.
Cool. Well, tell me about it. What is it? What kind?
Yamaha Stage Pass 400i, and I got it for most of the venues I perform for or fly to. If I fly to a show, I'm not taking a sound system, but most of the venues have their own sound system or will provide it. But for the driving gigs around New England that I do, sometimes they're kind of those in-between shows where you've got like 50 to 200, maybe 300 people in a weird space like a gym or somewhere else that just doesn't have a great sound system. And so that's kind of what I need it for. And I love it, man. It sounds great, looks great, and I'm pumped about it. I've only used it twice so far, but
that's awesome, man. So I think that sound systems and performers using sound is one of the most underrated things. Like, I know so many performers that have said out loud to me, well, I have a loud voice, so I don't need a sound system.
Man, I put up a sound system if there are 20 people in the room.
Dude, I know exactly what you mean. I definitely do that too. In fact, in this all this moving stuff over the last couple of months, I've lost my small travel sound system. So even to like a library show, like with 20 little kids in it, I bring my giant Fender Passport
nice.
sound system and set that up. And it's on super small, but it makes such a huge difference because all of the sound that's coming out is equalized throughout the entire audience. Whereas even if you're loud, as soon as you turn your head, no one can hear you.
Yeah, and sound can make or break a show. Now, one of my biggest pet peeves for sound in a performance like a magic show or something is those McDonald's headsets where there's like this huge globe of foam floating above your mouth, beside your mouth.
You mean like a bad ventriloquist microphone?
Yeah, like the spinner microphones. You ever go to a spin class, the bikes, and they've got that microphone?
Oh yeah, man, with the big ball thing at the end of it that blocks their whole face.
Yeah, completely acceptable for spinning class. But if you're doing a magic show with that, if you're doing any show with that, if you're on stage, it is not acceptable. Even Britney Spears should never be using that. She just uses it to cover her mouth when she screws up her lip syncing.
Her lip syncing, yeah.
Man. Or no, you know why they make it visible so they think that they're actually singing. It's like they have to overcompensate for the lip syncing, because if they used those countrymen, I have a countryman which is so thin you can barely see it, everyone would assume, hey, they're lip syncing. But if you put a big floater right out there,
right,
you're like, they're probably singing. Why would they put that huge mic on their head?
So, dude, this is a real weird tangent to go off on, okay? So just bear with me for just a second, because I do want to come back to audio equipment.
I'm strapping in.
All right, so we went to the Mall of America a couple of months ago, and in the Mall of America, they have this giant, it's a 2-story store for this American Doll. Do you know what American Doll is? Or American Girl or something like that?
I've seen them around.
They're these little tiny, basically someone took the idea of Cabbage Patch Kids, right? And they upgraded it to being like your doppelganger voodoo doll for a chick, okay?
And they're super expensive, right?
Dude, they're like $180 to get one of these things.
For one doll.
For one doll, and you can get a backpack that you can put your doll in that has a window so the doll can see outside when it's planning to murder you. And they've done so many things that are just incredible. Like, they have Pottery Barn is one of the sponsors of some of their lines of accessories. So you're training little people to shop at Pottery Barn from the time they're really small. So it's a 2-story store. The bottom store is all the dolls and stuff like that. The top store is a cafe where you go and sit down, and you can rent a doll at the cafe and sit down, and the waiters come and serve you and your family, milkshakes and little pastries and shit, and you also can order off the menu for your doll so your doll can eat. And if you're too poor and can't afford a doll, you can rent a doll at the front at like when you check into the cafe, and they can sit you down. Yeah, okay. So all of that, the reason why
wait, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Dude, I know, right?
Renting a doll?
Yeah, so that you don't feel left out when your friends have their $200 goddamn Pottery Barn accessorized dolls to sit down and have milkshakes.
What happens to that little 5 or 6-year-old who, after they have their little tea time with their doll, you have to give it back?
Oh, you give it back, and then the waiter says something rude like, if your dad worked a second job, I guess you could have a friend doll too.
And then the little 5-year-old cries his way home.
Let me back on track on this tangent. So downstairs again, they have a salon. So once you buy your $180 doll, you take it to a salon, and the salon has all of these barber chairs set up, pink little barber chairs the size of these American Doll things, right? And they sit the doll in the barber chair, like this styling chair, and you can flip through the menu and pick a bunch of different hairstyles. So you can pick pigtails or shortcut or spiky hair, or like you can pick a hairstyle. You can get the doll's ears pierced. You can get the doll having like a manicure, pedicure.
Wait a second. So they destroy the doll? They like put a drill to its head and it pierces its ears?
Like you're on to it. So let me finish. So my wife and I were sitting there and we were just could not believe this was a real thing. And so we watch people walk up and they drop off their doll to get a manicure, pedicure, which is $18 by the way for the doll. Get their ear pierced and get a new hairstyle. And so the stylist behind the counter like teases the hair and talks about how they want it, and then they sign all this paperwork so that you know what doll it is, and then they leave it there and they take the doll out of the chair and put it in the back. Now for me personally, I thought, how weird is it that this doll is getting a haircut? Like, that's insane that they would charge $18 to cut this doll's hair. And about 3 o'clock in the morning the next morning, I sat up in a cold sweat, just sat straight up, and I was like, they don't cut the doll's hair. They just rip it off and like attach new hair. Like there's not stylists out there that specialize in doll haircuts. I got fooled. It was a magic trick to me. Like, I got fooled. I was the dumb one, right?
Yeah, because what if they don't like the haircut afterwards, and the kids always change their mind. They're like, no, I want long hair now. How long does it take to grow back?
Yeah, and you just pay another $18 and have the stylist do their magic by ripping the glue out and putting a new. They might even just have a different head that they snap on. Like, but it was the chair. The styling chair is what fooled my brain. Like, I saw that they had actual barber chairs set up for the dolls, and I thought in my brain, oh, they must actually do it. And then I was like, God damn it, you fooled me. Like, that was a magic trick. So that whole tangent came from the idea that when you see a giant microphone ball at the end of a stick at a Britney Spears concert, you think, yeah, she is. She's got to be singing. Look how big that microphone is. But no, that's fake.
That was an amazing tangent. And bringing it back to Britney Spears with the microphone. Oh, man. You have any pet peeves? Like audio pet peeves? When you go to see a show and they're doing something, you're just like sitting in your house, you motherfuckers. Why are you doing it this way?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I have so many audio pet peeves. One is when people don't use a microphone because they think they can be heard and they're stupid. No, you can't. And two is when you have corporate clients that take the microphone because they need to do announcements and they hold the microphone down by their belly button so that you have to crank your audio all the way up and then it squeaks and they look at you like you're the asshole.
You need to give like lessons, mic holding lessons. Like,
dude, I do now. I am savage when it comes to handing out our microphones. I give them the microphone. I'm like, here's how this works. I want you to touch stick your thumb out like you're doing a thumbs up, and I want you to touch your thumb to the bottom of your chin. That's where I want you to hold your microphone.
Hey, that's a great, quick way to teach somebody proper microphone etiquette.
You know. That's what I do, and then they ignore it and put it down by their belly button, and I'm like, God damn it!
Oh man, well that sucks. I hate shitty audio gear. Whenever I go to a show and they're providing the sound and they have like really crappy audio gear, like cheap stuff, you can always tell there's no reason to not spend money on good brands, good quality audio gear.
Here's the thing: the real deal, Holyfield, is this. I don't care how good the show is, how boring the lecture is, how fun the movie is, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you're watching anything that is live or you're watching any kind of presentation, if what you remember from that presentation is, oh, I couldn't hear it, or it sounded crappy, then it wasn't worth going. You just wasted your time. You wasted everybody else's time. So, yeah, solid audio is the most important piece of doing any kind of performance or presentation. Because even if you do a shitty job, at least they heard you do a shitty job. You won't lose them.
At least they'll know. They're like, something happened. I'm not sure if it was good or not.
Dude, and that's exact. I've heard that before. I've heard people say, I really couldn't tell if it was good or bad. I just couldn't hear it. Like, I've heard those words. And it's like, well, why were you sitting there?
So
like, get up.
What you're telling everybody is that if you're a shitty performer, make sure you have a shitty sound system.
Yeah, sure. Just be total shit. Like, don't half step it. Be total shit. So you ask what my other one of my other pet peeves is places that have that recessed audio, like the cans,
ceiling speakers?
audio.
Oh,
yeah, I hate that because you have such a weird pattern that you have to walk around the room in so you don't stand right underneath the recessed audio. So it's like I'll be doing a show and if I get too far over on this tile it'll squeak, or if I go too far out in the audience it'll squeak. So you have all these weird sound landmines that you have to go around.
And they're always shitty quality too. They always don't get
like
loud.
The bass
There's
is
no
like
bass. It's tingy. Ugh,
yeah,
it's bad.
It's awful. Yeah, terrible. Boo!
Boo! With that rant, that takes us to.
Hey, it's time for Stories from the Road.
Oh, yeah.
You got anything? You've been on the road lately? You got any interesting things to talk about?
Yeah, sure, man. So I have been on the road back and forth. This is still it's the end of our grad night season, the beginning of our orientation season, and so these are weird, normal, just like one-offs. Usually we go out, do something, and come back in, and we're back at about 1 o'clock in the morning, so we don't have all that hotel time. Hotel time is usually the time that I end up playing the most practical jokes on people, and we have a couple of them that we really like to play. One is the scare game. Do you play the scare game when you're on the road?
With who? I travel alone.
That's right.
I have
So,
nobody.
but you play.
I don't have a partner in crime like you do.
But when we're at conferences, you play the scare game, right?
What is the scare game again?
So
Maybe
it's like
I do. if I hang out with you, so I probably played it before.
Yeah, so the basic idea is that as grown-ass men and women, we, that are stuck in the adult world and doing things like moving 5 or 6 times in 2 months, we try to break that up by doing super childish stuff like the scare game. And the scare game, the basic idea is just that we, we'll hide in closets and jump out at people.
Yeah, I played that. Yep.
Oh, I know you have, because I was just remembering. I think I hid behind your banner one time at a conference, and I just hid behind there for like 15 minutes until you walked up.
That is like, dedication. Did you miss a house inspection for that?
It's funny. So quite literally in the middle of telling that story, the house inspector just called.
He's like, your house is infested with mice. Don't buy it.
Don't buy it. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the scare game is a really fun one to do while we're on the road. Man, some of my other favorites, I think everyone should try this. If you're at a party and you're just hanging out, it's a house party or you're in a hotel or whatever, there's just a big group of people there. Someone will eventually have to go to the bathroom. And when they go to the bathroom, you say these words. Do it for Monday Club. Say these words. Say, hey, everybody, how about we all hide? And then watch as a bunch of grown people try to shove themselves behind curtains and under countertops and stuff like that. And so when the person comes out from the bathroom, they look around and they're like, what the hell?
For the uninitiated people, or if your friends are too snooty for this, you have to do it first. So once you say those words, you have to immediately get up and hide somewhere. And
oh yeah, you have to commit.
That there's a chance that no one's gonna move and you're gonna be the only one hiding. If that happens, you're just screwed. You can't do anything about it.
No, forget those friends. You don't need those friends.
Yeah, after you hide, you should just leave.
Yeah, you don't need those people. Those people aren't Monday Club worthy.
Walk out the door. If no one hides with you, yeah, there's a good friend test right there. That's a good friend test. If no one hides with you when you try this game, then you need new friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they're too snooty to hide because they're, in business or whatever, screw those guys. Go get better friends. So I was thinking about some other fun practical jokes that have happened to me. My grandmother, who just celebrated her 90th birthday, she loves practical jokes. And when we were kids, she used to make lunches, and she would cut out pictures of bacon from magazines and put that on our sandwiches.
Really?
Yes, you'd take a bite of your sandwich, and there'd be this waxy piece of paper.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard a grandma do.
I know. When I used to own a balloon business, and when I was doing the balloon business, our front desk girl on April Fool's Day, we had to use a whole crap ton of paper clips to paperclip work orders together and send them down to the warehouse. And so we just had this giant bucket of paper clips, and I came into the office on April Fool's Day, and I walked in, and I had to get some orders together, and I grabbed a paperclip, and I pulled, and she had taken the time to link every single one of those paperclips together. There was a quarter mile of paperclips linked together.
How much did you pay her an hour?
I know, because I was simultaneously super pissed because she had wasted all that office time, and also applauded her for her dedication.
Oh, man. I want to go back to your grandma making you fake sandwiches. Did she ever make a completely fake sandwich? There's fake tomato, there's paper bread, there's...
I don't remember that. I really specifically remember the bacon, and I remember thinking, how sneaky is that? Because, if you did fake bread, you would just open it up and be like, oh, I'm not going to bite that. But fake bacon? Yeah.
It's
you're going to bite that. That's the idea.
To thing on the sandwich,
That's right. Let's see. Anything else happened from the road this week? Man, just a lot of travel back and forth, getting in super late.
Yeah, I've been doing orientation shows for colleges. Yeah, I have this one college, Keene State, I performed for 5 times in June, and I love them. They're amazing people, and they hire me 5 times in 1 month. It's great.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
We do a similar thing for Texas Women's University in Denton, Texas, and this is our 14th year doing their show.
Nice.
So, and we do 6 shows for them over the summer. So a couple in June, one in July and then a couple in August before their school season starts. And so, yeah, that's great, man. You're in the same theater. You have a lighting crew. You have a theater director. There's curtains. And by the second show, we have everything spiked where it goes. So load-in is just ridiculously easy.
Yeah.
It's perfect. But I will tell you, man, I had this weird thought. We've been doing that same show's orientation for 14 years. After this year, in 3 more years, everyone who's in that audience, because it's all incoming freshmen, so what are they, 17, 18? Yeah, well, in 3 years, I will have been doing their orientations show longer than they've been alive.
Boom, my head just exploded.
Nothing has made me feel older, because I said that on stage last show. I was like, oh my God, I did the math. I've been coming to your school for 14 years. And I looked out, and I was like, oh, God. Oh, God.
I'm so damn old.
I'm so old.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's such a treat when you get to go back to the same place to do multiple shows. Yeah, you have the same venue, same tech guy, everything. It's the best. Tomorrow I go to Campbell University in North Carolina. I've been doing their orientation shows every summer for 10 or 11 years. And I realized, like on year 8, I realized, wait a second, I've seen 2 complete classes go through Campbell University.
Yeah.
Virtually everybody that's gone to Campbell in the last 8 years has seen my show.
That's nuts, right? It's so crazy when we do college shows as college entertainers, we live in a weird world where after 4 years, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship you've had with that group. As in, if there's some schools that just love you, right? Like every year you go back and they're like, oh, we look forward to you every single year. Well, after 4 years, you got to start over with the brand new crop of people. And I've had shows that I've done for 10 years plus where I show up on campus now and they're like, hey, have you ever been to our school before? Yeah. I was like, bitch!
Like,
I
own
back
this
away
place,
from me.
motherfucker.
I own this place. I've been on your rooftops.
Man, my show last night at Keene, I had a squeaker. You ever get a squeaker in a show?
Okay, so you got to be what is a squeak? What do you mean when you say you
Squeak
got a squeaker?
laugh. Every once in a while,
okay.
I've had one of these every once in a while, and they have the funniest laugh ever. It's uncontrollable. It's when you get them to a point and they are about to laugh and they just go and it's just like at like random times. It's the best thing in the world. I love getting squeakers because there's nothing really in my show that makes me laugh anymore. You know, I've seen it.
Right.
But when I get a squeaker, I could not stop laughing. It was hilarious. And it would happen at the perfect times because I would have a funny moment in the show. The audience would laugh. And then as the audience's laughter died down, all of a sudden, here comes the squeaker. And she'd go, and the entire audience, everybody went up again laughing. It was hilarious.
So you got 100% more laughs. Like each joke, you got 2 laughs off of.
Yeah, it was wonderful. And you know who gets all the credit? I do. You know, they're like,
yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally.
then
I'll
I'll
was your
credit.
show longer because you took like an extra beat between bits to let that squeaker squeak?
Yeah, I totally gave them an extra like 2 minutes free.
That's awesome. Yeah. Dude, I once broke up with a chick because she had a crazy laugh.
What? Are you serious?
That's a true story. We
How
had just
old were you?
started dating. I was in college. Like we had just started. Like we'd gone on 1, maybe 2 dates, and we were out with a big group of friends, and we went to Bennigan's. Do you remember Bennigan's?
Yeah.
You ever been to Bennigan's?
Yeah, they're in the South.
So,
I lived in Florida for a couple of years. There's a Bennigan's down there.
So Bennigan's is basically like a more drunk Chili's. Like, that's basically the idea. Anyway, so we went to Bennigan's, and it was a karaoke night. And I'll just never forget, this chick had like a donkey laugh. Like it was a... and she couldn't stop. And it shut the whole restaurant down. Like everyone moved away from our table. And like, it was awful. And she...
Seriously?
It was funny because I could... Yeah, like that's a true story. It was just... awful. And the thing is, I love laughing. Like I love having a good time. But like I don't want to be embarrassed about making people laugh. You know. Anyway, it was a rough night. We didn't make it past that.
But so you mustn't have not liked her at all, though.
I mean, we were doing okay. I don't know.
You weren't like
we weren't like in love or anything like that. No. It's like we'd gone out to like a movie or dinner or something like that before. So that was the end of us going out like that. We're still friends. We're still friends.
Yeah.
Like
cool.
yeah. But
you just don't tell her any jokes.
Nope. I'm not funny.
You're so straight when you're around her. You're like, hey, good to see you. Oh,
yeah.
Damn, my cat died yesterday. That's really sad. Oh, man. I actually love crazy laughs. And when people just flaunt it, or not even flaunt it, they're not ashamed of it. They just let it rip.
Own it. Yeah, dude, I'll tell you, that is awesome. Like, confidence is awesome.
Like, I that's the worst thing. I never want to, well, on the show anyways, if the squeaker last night was wonderful, and during the you couldn't ignore it. It was obvious,
right.
And everyone was laughing. But I never want them to feel bad about it. I'm like, this is great, just let it fly. It's awesome.
Yeah, please do. It's making me have a great time.
Yeah.
Well, dude, so we've talked about squeakers. Let's talk about spinners.
What the hell's a spinner?
Dude, where have you been? The spinner is like it's the new pet rock, man. It's like the thing that everyone has in classes on TV. It's it's the fidget spinner. It's the thing that you hold on to and you spin it around.
Audience members that you dubbed spinners. Every once in a while, randomly, they get up and just spin in there where they're sitting.
What are those Hare Krishnas that spin all over the place? I don't know. Anyway, no. I'm talking about fidget spinners, man. Do you have a fidget spinner?
I do not have a fidget spinner. Do you?
Yeah, actually, James made me one. He made me a bat symbol.
Oh,
it's like the
cool.
Batman logo fidget spinner. He made it. He like 3D printed it and made it with the ball bearings and stuff. So yeah, like I have a Batman fidget spinner.
Does it have nice action on it?
Oh yeah, dude, it's got like a good 60-second spin.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. I'm just not that. I love that gift. That's cool. But the craze that has come up with the fidget spinners is totally ridiculous. And it's funny because it reminds me of the craze for slap-it bracelets. Do you remember slap-it bracelets?
Yes, I do. I loved slap-it bracelets. I remember being in a store with my parents and my sister, and there were slap-it bracelets there. And I picked them up, and I curled it around so it looked like glasses.
Yeah.
So there was like 2 circles on each side, and I held them up to my face, and I looked at my parents, and I said, hey, look, testicles. I meant to say, obviously, spectacles, but I was a child. Oh, man.
Oh, did your parents die laughing?
Oh, they laughed at me hardcore, and I didn't even understand why.
What? They are. I got testicles on my face. Well, dude, yeah, man, I've been thinking about these fidget spinners, and here's how I know that they've totally jumped the shark. There's an outdoor mall here in Austin. I was driving through the outdoor mall, and there was a kiosk set up on a street corner selling fidget spinners. And then I went to a gas station recently, and in the checkout line where they have the condoms and the horny goat weed and the breath mints, they've cleared that section, and they only have they have like a whole giant section of fidget spinners now. And they're charging like $15 for these gas station plastic fidget spinners that they call fidget twirlers or something like that to get around copyright.
Trademarks.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, man, I just don't get it. I don't understand why. I guess now they're on to the kids. It's like it was cool for the hipsters, and then it like had some kind of medical help for people with ADHD. Like I totally get that. I get that. But then it just caught on, and now it's like an accessory that everyone has to have.
It is weird. It's like pet rocks or Furbies or Digimon things or something like that. But what does it say about society that we're so anxious we need to be constantly spinning something? Does it speak to our entire society having ADHD or something? Is there something wrong inherently because these things are so popular?
Yeah, I really don't know. It seems to me like there is some truth to if you have ADHD that keeping your hands or your body occupied in some way does help you focus. I I get that. I totally get that. But that's not what's happening here. I think it's basically like a toy that schools have said is okay to have, and so now everyone's taking advantage of it. It's like having a therapy animal on a plane. Like there was a report that some chick brought on a therapy snake on a plane and like therapy parakeets on a plane. And look, if you need a therapy animal, not making fun of you. But if you're just trying to get your pet across country for free, don't call it a therapy animal.
All right, so their therapy animal would completely destroy me because that would bring me lots of anxiety. The very snake that rids you of your anxiety is causing all that anxiety is coming onto me. Please leave.
Yeah, then you would need a fidget spinner to sit next to.
Whatever happened to good old
snake?
leg shaking? I was a leg shaker. I still am on occasion. You know, you just bounce your leg up and down. I used to do that all the time at the dinner table. I'd get yelled at, "Stop shaking the table." I guess I maybe had ADHD. I don't know.
Dude, I was a leg shaker. I also spun pins, like where you can spin a pin around your thumb. I used to do that all the time and get in all kinds of trouble for that too, because my pin would go flying across the room.
Yeah. Do you carry a fidget spinner in your pocket when you need a little fix?
No, man, I don't.
A fidget fix?
I also, you and I, we also do magic, so I guess I do carry rubber bands and do stupid rubber band tricks sometimes by myself or cards.
Yeah, that's
have you seen the people who do like card juggling?
Cardistry?
They do all kinds of, cardistry. Like, that's fidget spinning.
Yeah, sort of. But I would call that an actual skill. Fidget spinning is more of just one. It kind of comes from the same part in your brain where you like that repetitive moment. Yeah, I guess it's kind of the same thing. All right, you're right, Gus. Is that what you want to say?
We got to do a better job at debates.
I
feel like our
you just wanted me to tell you you're right.
Yes, that's right. That's all I wanted.
But, the card juggling, cardistry is way prettier than some freaking spinner.
I agree. Some of that stuff's just truly impressive, but it serves no purpose.
But maybe
it's
that's why
cool
we
looking.
like magic so much. I remember learning coin trick where it was extremely difficult, extremely hard sleight of hand, extremely. And I just remember spending the entire day doing this routine over and over and over, and it was so satisfying. I felt all day, it was like I had no stress. It was just so amazing, and I think that's kind of the same thing. I think I have ADHD. I've been undiagnosed my entire life. It was so
man.
satisfying.
I totally agree with you. I think that anytime you learn a skill that puts you in a hyper-focus spot, that is sort of satisfying that ADHD side, like juggling or card tricks or even balloon animals. I think that you have to really focus your brain to learn that new skill and get it kind of into muscle memory. And fidget spinners is the same thing. You got to kind of get it into muscle memory so it's just a second part of you, and then it is. It's just keeping your brain and your muscles occupied while you're trying to concentrate on other things. So yeah, scientifically I get it. But
damn it! Now I need a fidget spinner. Damn it!
Dude, I bet we could get a Monday Club branded fidget spinner.
Yes, that would be awesome.
All right, well, I'll work on that.
I want one.
Monday Club about to have merch. All right.
Yeah. Wait,
for something I just said that I hated and didn't get.
We were making fun of fidget spinners, and now we're gonna hawk them.
Dude, we sell out quick.
Wait, fidget spinners are the best thing in the world, man.
In the world, man, you need 5. For only 3 low payments.
Wait, we need to trademark Monday Club quick.
Yeah, we do.
Man. And that takes us to
Teachable Moments.
That was amazing,
yeah, that was
harmony.
good. That was much better. Yeah.
My teachable moment this week is don't buy a Honda CR-V. Oh my God. I bought one a year and a half ago, and ever since the first week, I've hated it. Now, the entire car is wonderful. I love the space, the gas mileage, all the little, I got the mid-range one, so it had some bells and whistles in it. Wonderful car. But the seat is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever sat in my entire life. It gives me back pain. It's not even uncomfortable. It crosses the line to being hazardous for my health because if I travel more than like an hour, I have just stiffness and back pain for like 3 days, and it's ridiculous. And I've kept it for like a year and a half. So I've been living with this back pain for like a year and a half. It's ridiculous. So I don't know if this is, how can this not be an issue that's, I don't know, on 60 Minutes or something? Everyone having, maybe is it just my back? I don't know. But here's the teachable moment. Sit in the seat for more than an hour before you buy a car. Make sure.
Oh, yeah. I think you should do that. I think you should go in, and when you test drive the car, just park it and just sit in the parking lot and see how you're feeling.
Yeah, but no, for like an extended period of time. Because I took it on test drives. I sat in it, but I never would have imagined a car seat would give me physical harm and pain.
Well, dude, not to try to one-up you at all, but we drive a Sprinter van for all of our shows because we need all that room to keep all of our gear. And the first time that we drove that Sprinter van, like, there is no bells and whistles on. There's not even an armrest on one side of it.
Ooh.
And so we drove for like 10 hours straight, and I got out of there, and I've never had my back and hips hurt so bad as when I got out of there. Like, I got out of there and I had to get a massage. I had to do a whole bunch of stretching and foam rolling just to survive. And over the last couple of months, it's gotten a little better. We put some cushions in there to try to help with the butt support and all that. But yeah, being uncomfortable on long drives is just awful. It's terrible. So yeah, I see that. I'll cheers that, man. No getting CRVs unless you test drive it and just sit in the seat for about 30 minutes to an hour.
Take it for a full day. Yeah, it's... So here leads me to my next point. I'm going car shopping. I've been saying this for a year and a half, actually. I'm going to buy a new car, but I'm really getting serious now. So if you have any car suggestions, I need something about the size of a CRV or bigger, either email me, mondayclubpodcast@gmail.com, or Facebook or Twitter me on Monday Club Podcast
All right,
Monday,
cool.
Twitter's
cool.
at, I don't even know our Twitter account, at Monday Club Pod, or Facebook.com/Monday Club Podcast. I want to know what you think I should buy for a car.
All right, well, just my plug. I have a Toyota 4Runner, and I love that car, man. It's super spacey. It's a V8, so it costs a lot in gas, but man, that thing can haul ass down the road. It's a great car. So there's my 2 cents.
That's the thing I'm on the fence about, because everything in CRV land for cars is smaller, except for the RAV4, which is about the same size. But I sat in the RAV4 a year and a half ago and didn't really do it for me. I might have to sit in one again. But so everything is just 5 to 10 cubic feet smaller, and I need some space in the car to lug all my shit. So I was thinking about going a step up to, like, what are they, Highlanders? Toyota Highlanders, or a Honda Pilot, because the Honda Pilot has a big old comfy seat. I've sat in one, but I'm like, do I want to pay that extra money in gas mileage? That's the thing that's holding me back.
Well, your comfort and your back are important, man. So keep that up. All right, so my teachable moment. I've talked about this already on this episode. Not going to beat it up, but moving 5 times in one summer is awful, and I suggest you don't do it. Also, I want to put in a plug that next Monday Club is going to be my birthday. So we have all kinds of shenanigans planned for my birthday. Here's what I'm going to be drinking on Monday Club. If you want to join me, I'm just going to put this out there. My birthday drink of choice is Jack Daniels with honey. So go get some Jack and honey, pour yourself some ice, pour Jack and honey over some ice, sit down and start sipping in next Monday Club, and let's party it up for my birthday.
Ooh, I should probably go grab some of that.
Yeah, man, let's party.
All right. That sounds like a plan, man. Well, happy Monday, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Thank you guys so much for being part of Monday Club. We love you. Check us out, MondayClubPodcast.com. That has our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram up there. Email us questions, comments, concerns. Buy us a drink on PayPal, MondayClubPodcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much to James Caldwell, our sound engineer, and thanks to Zach Holder for our music. We love you both. I can't believe you moved so many times.